I'm not as turned on by you as visually as I used to be.
I'm an anarchist who believes in dismantling all systems of power, but I'm also on benefits.
The original footage of the moon landing is gone. Do you know that? It's gone.
Hello and welcome to Francis Foster Sort Your Life Out, the podcast where I and a guest sort your life out. I'm not a psychotherapist, I'm not a physiotherapist, I'm not any type of therapist or doctor, which means that you know that I know what I'm talking about. And this week we have a very special guest on the show, one of my favorite comedians. It is the man, the myth, I wouldn't say the legend, it's the man in the myth. It's Nico Yearwood, everybody.
What about the GOAT?
What about the GOAT?
Yeah.
Well,
man, the myth, the legend, the GOAT.
The GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing, man. It's like, it's like, you know, you can't say you're the GOAT. That is a title that is bestowed upon you by others.
Yeah, it has been.
By who?
My fans.
Your fans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Bird Gang.
All right. So, yeah. So, if you are in the Bird Gang, then you believe that. But, Nico, how have you been, sir?
I'm great, man.
You're great?
I'm pumped.
You're pumped?
I'm drinking New Tonic.
Yeah.
Very tasty beverage.
Yep.
Shout out to Chris Williamson.
Yep.
Send me a box of these and I'll promote them because they're actually quite tasty. I actually enjoying it. Normally stuff like this tastes terrible.
Yeah.
But this actually tastes great. So thank you, Chris Williamson, for this productivity drink. I was able to finish my balance sheets and profit and loss statements for quarter 3.
I just want you to know that we're not sponsored by Chris. Chris has never given us any money. Yeah,
but I'm saying he should.
You saying what?
I'm saying he should get me on board.
He should Chris Williamson should get you on board
to promote this drink. It's a good drink.
It's a good drink. You hear that? You know, Chris. He doesn't watch the show.
He doesn't watch this?
No.
Why is Chris not watching this?
Because he's part of the Illuminati, mate.
Oh,
you know, that's why he's got 2 million subscribers.
Yeah.
Because he's connecting with the people.
Yeah, that's the only way to get success these days.
Exactly, is you've got to align.
You gotta sign your name in blood.
Exactly, and that's what Chris did. He signed his name in chemically enhanced blood. And that's how he got his 2 million. No, he's not. We're big fans of Chris on the show. He's got a lovely drink, Chrissy, and we're going to be seeing him soon. But apart from all of that, how are you? You've been good?
I'm great, man.
You're good? You're
great.
Pumped?
I'm pumped.
You ready to sort people's problems out?
Yes, ready. I'm surprised by your level of energy, to be honest.
What do you mean?
That's a high level of energy.
What do you mean that's a high level of energy?
And welcome to Dad Francis.
Well, what do you want me to do?
That's like Hitler levels of energy, mate.
Thank you. A great man and someone who I've based myself on. Look, I've already got the haircut.
Yeah.
I tried to get the tash, and then Top Secret told me that if I did that, they'd never book me again. You know, and considering they're one of the 2 clubs that still books me, I can't alienate them. You know, but yeah. I mean, look, whatever. Hitler used to take meth.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So did Einstein, no?
Did Einstein used to take meth as well?
Yeah, I think he used to take, yeah.
Yeah?
All of them guys.
All the greats.
Freud, Einstein, all of them men was taking meth or something to, keep them perky.
Keep them perky. I think that's the only way to do it, because coffee ain't enough.
Yeah.
New tonic ain't enough. Or maybe, I think you're about to disagree with it.
Actually, yes. This is a replacement for meth, guys. This is when you're trying to get off meth, they put you on this.
They put you on this stuff. Yeah, well,
yeah.
I mean, the logo of it is a dilated pupil, so that does make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are going to sort your problems out. Are you good at sorting people's problems out,
I'm
Nico?
great. I was telling someone today I should have been a psychologist or a therapist.
Really?
I'm great at solving people's issues.
Okay.
And getting them back on track.
And getting them back on track.
On the road to success.
Okay, and the road to success. Right, so we are going to sort people's problems out.
How does it work? People call in?
No.
Or they have left you messages on Instagram?
No, they have emailed us at francisfosterpodcast@triggerpod.co.uk. And these are my fans. They know that you're coming on. They know that the GOAT has... The GOAT is coming in, so they want your wisdom. So I'm going to read them out, and then you're going to tell me what you think.
Cool.
All right, let's go with the first one. Here we are. Dear Francis, I'm an anarchist who believes in dismantling all systems of power, but I'm also on benefits.
That's genuinely hilarious.
Relying on the state, I feel like a fraud. How do I reconcile my ideals with my reality?
Fucking hell, man. That's mental. Oh, shit.
Right, what do you think?
You have to then live outside the system. You have to live outside. You got to go to one of them remote tribes.
Yeah.
I saw on Instagram like this, the world's most remote tribe, and in terms of not touched by any technology whatsoever. And they were all slim.
Yep.
They were all happy.
Yep.
And they were waving and they looked in good condition.
Yeah.
So that's the way you have to go. But for even within something that's untouched by, our Western so-called progress and all that, you still gonna have a system.
Yeah.
To function within that tribe or that society. So systems and of power will, even though you don't like them, they are necessary.
Of course.
For functioning in, you know what I mean? You need a hierarchy or some sort of structure if everything falls apart. I'm a big believer of you need a balance of everything. Too extreme of no rules.
Yep.
Absolute chaos. Too rigid a structure, everyone's unhappy. Mm-hmm. You got to come somewhere in the middle. And that's for everything.
But also, if this guy joins the tribe, so let's say that, for example, like they're an Amazonian tribe. Mm-hmm. In an Amazonian tribe, you've got to hunt. That is your job as a man. Mm-hmm. Now, listening to this guy, I don't think he's going to be able to hunt.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be able to spear fish in the Amazon River.
It doesn't seem like he's got to get up and go.
No.
But is that because he's rebelling?
Yeah.
In his mind, he's rebelling against the system that makes you work.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't make you work, does it?
Well,
it kind of does, but it kind of doesn't. Like, he's not working.
No, I mean that, yeah, he's not working.
Yeah.
But he's having this what's it called? Dilemma, because he wants to either live a better life or he knows, like, I should be working.
Yeah.
I'm not being productive within the system that I hate.
Yeah.
So that's where it's coming from. It's like he feels like a fraud because he knows, I think he knows that even though he won't dismantle shit, that he should be working and be in a better position than he is now.
But this is also the thing. He wants to dismantle it.
But he's reliant on it.
Number one, he's reliant on it. Number two, would you trust this guy to build something new?
That's what I'm saying. I am also like, I like the idea of, I prefer chaos over structure. If you were to look at the slider, I'd be more over to the side of chaos because I'm rebellious and I don't like authority and I don't like, that's why I'm partly a comedian. Yeah. I hate the office structure. Mm-hmm. But even I, as a rebellious person, I realize, hey, you need some sort of structure.
Absolutely.
You need a framework for anything to function, whether it be a corporation, a society, civilization, even a youth sports team. Mm-hmm. You need some sort of rules and some sort of, guidelines.
So how far across the chaos spectrum do you come? Let's talk about full chaos, where there is literally no order, or you can talk about on the side of the left, on this side, which is basically fascism, which is hyper-structured, the state is in control of everything.
We're talking about politics or my life?
We're talking about your life.
I am almost close to absolute chaos.
You're most close to absolute chaos.
Yeah. All my addictions are manageable.
Yeah.
But if they weren't, I'll be definitely... Like, I was late for this podcast.
You were?
Because of no reason. I was just late. I was just like, oh, well, that train is gone. I don't plan anything. Nothing in my life is planned.
Nothing in your life
Nothing
is planned.
in my life is
So how
planned.
do you live your life?
Like, I just get up and go and do what I feel like doing.
Really?
Yeah. Nothing in my life is planned.
But
That's something I'm fighting with. I'm fighting with it because I know it's not great. But yeah, nothing. I just get up and I don't... Like my girl, she'd be like, got stuff in my diary, or she'd be talking about, oh, in 2 months' time, keep this date free. I'm like, I don't even know what's happening tomorrow. I don't put stuff in a calendar, and it's cost me gigs and stuff like that because I'm not good at. I have zero organizational skills, is what I'm saying.
So you've achieved Zen. You live in that Buddhist state of now.
Kind of, but to my detriment. My detriment. It's something I'm fighting. That's why I went and get diagnosed for ADHD.
So you live in the state of now.
Even though I don't believe in ADHD.
What? So hang on. Okay, let's unpack this. So you got diagnosed with ADHD.
So I am in conflict like this guy.
Right. So you diagnosed with ADHD.
Yeah.
As have I, as every comedian, basically.
Yeah.
But what do you mean? Like you don't believe in it?
I don't believe it's a thing. I don't believe in ADHD, even though I am diagnosed ADHD. I believe the system we are living in is unnatural, and the system has ADHD. We are normal, functioning, healthy-minded people.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't. Yeah.
But when you create a system where you're sitting in an office all day, eating processed food, staring at a screen, a blue screen, none of that is natural.
No.
None of that is, obviously is going to fuck up your brain and your wiring and stuff like that. So I don't believe we have ADHD. I believe the system is built in such a way that our minds are not suited to the natural mind has become distressed by the way we have, created our lives in offices, staring at screens, not getting enough sunlight, eating processed food. All those things are obviously going to mess up your system. So that's what I believe. And then the ADHD is to exploit us and keep us in the office like a drugged up monkey. So we can say, I'm focusing on this spreadsheet for 8 hours straight. That's not natural. That's not natural.
Do you take the drugs?
They're great. They're great. They make you feel good and stuff. But I don't believe. I believe if we lived in a society back to like the Amazonian tribe, where we're getting enough sunlight, we're getting enough processed, enough natural foods and stuff like that, I don't think these prescriptions for ADHD would be a lot less, and you wouldn't be saying, that person is neurodivergent. Really, that's what I believe.
Yeah, that's a very interesting way of putting it.
Because I do struggle with. I do have it by all means of the test
I think that's
and everything. The test, she was like, you're very high and stuff like on this. But I believe were I in a situation where I was just hunting and fishing and had enough sunlight and didn't have to stare at my screen or go on social media and stuff, I believe I'd be happy as Larry, and I wouldn't be concerned about, I don't do this boring task on time, or I can never, I get hyper stimulated and then I forget everything and can't focus on this, or I start a hobby and I become super passionate about it, then I drop it, and then, and all these different things. I wouldn't have any of those concerns.
So there we go. So you don't believe in it, but the drugs are great.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So
they're great. Like I did so much yesterday. I took it yesterday and I was smashing.
What did you do?
I was doing everything, man. I was cleaning. I cleaned the bathroom.
Good.
But it was a big task.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I gave it a deep clean.
I bet you're a good cleaner.
Yeah.
That's what, because you've got OCD, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you're incredible at cleaning.
So, man, I sprayed down the whole toilet. I was doing under that. You know, where the water comes out. I was scrubbing under there and everything, man. Some grime was up in there, bro. Some shit dropped out. Not shit, but some stuff come out. I was like, fuck me.
Yeah.
Like, it actually made me jump. Getting rid of mold in the bathroom. Like, I gave it a proper deep clean. And I did some other stuff as well, man. So normally on a day I do one task. I did like 4 or 5 yesterday.
Smashed it.
Did some mopping as well. I mopped the floor, I did a bit of mopping.
There you go.
Gonna do some admin as well. So yeah, the drugs are great.
So yeah, there you go. Drugs are good.
Which one are you on?
Elvans.
Yeah, same. How many milligrams?
50.
50. Wow.
Yeah, but I don't take it all the time. I only take it when, you know, like I've got a day which is super structured and I need to get through all of it and I need to make sure this task is done, this task is done, this task is done, because I'm also just finishing writing a book. So anyway, thank you very much to that person.
So how do you gonna reconcile his ideals with reality?
Oh, he's fucked. Don't worry about it. Should he
strive to get off of benefits?
Look, here's my point. Look, what you're really doing is saying, like, I don't want to do anything. So I'm going to create this idea that I'm an anarchist and I don't want to believe in systems of power. No, you just don't want to fucking do shit. Get off your ass, do something. Find out what it is that you want to do, what you're passionate about, what brings value to your life and to everybody else's, and do that. Stop moaning.
Yeah, every man must carry a burden. So you got to lift that burden and carry it and then become a productive member of society.
Yeah. Next, what's your burden, by the way?
My burden, I'm the voice of a generation.
Okay, fantastic. Keep taking the drugs, Nico. Next, dear Francis, my partner has gained a lot of weight and I'm no longer attracted to them physically. I love them deeply, but the lack of sexual chemistry is affecting our relationship. How do I bring this up without sounding shallow? Nico, you're a married man of how many years?
Well, 10.
10 years? So you've got, I wouldn't say you have 10, experience, 11. But you've been in a long-term relationship where you face certain challenges. How do you deal with something like this?
Did you see that? Well, you sent it to me, that meme.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's a Tinder profile match.
Yeah.
And the lady has her profile picture blurred out. But you could kind of see that she's of a larger inclination. And a man in the comments, man. Even in the fog of war, a tank is still visible. The fog of war. That's such a brilliant phrase.
Yeah.
Even in the fog of war, a tank is still visible. Wow.
Yeah, that was incredible. Yeah. When I read it, I fucking died.
That's brilliant.
I died. It was beautiful.
Yeah. So I love them deeply, but lack the sexual chemistry. Yeah, it's affecting our relation. How do I bring this up? How do you bring it up? You sit down and you talk to the person. Mm-hmm. That's the only way to do it. You gotta have, part of a relationship is having uncomfortable conversations. And the longer you leave it, the bigger she gets. And the harder it is losing weight is one of the hardest things on earth. So you have to have that conversation and step in early and say, and this is the problem with modern society. We have made words like fat and obese so like taboo that you feel like this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That telling them, it seems harsher than it would have been back then.
Yeah.
Because when we were growing up, you could call anybody fat and laugh at them.
Yeah.
And at least they knew they were fat. But now we call them brave. so they're wear it as a badge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you can't, he's in a position where he's not only having to overcome the having the awkward conversation, but society's now progressive the whole thing that, ooh, you can't say no. If someone is fat, back in the day, you could have told them you're fat.
Yeah.
And they would know they were fat.
Yeah.
But now they don't know they're fat. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the double thing he has to overcome. But I think just have a conversation about it. That's the only way. Unless you get like a gym membership as a Christmas gift card or something.
That's even worse. That's even worse. Darling, you know what I've got you as a Christmas gift? You know how you really wanted that trip to Venice? I've got you something better.
Yeah.
We've got a 12-month membership to Fitness First.
But yeah, it's nice. You just got to sit down and have that conversation.
Yeah.
Because no hints. But then hints are going to come off worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look watching Love Island and you're seeing those bodies and you're going, she's fit, she's hot.
Yeah.
You used to look like that, babe. So it's now you just gotta sit down and have awkward conversations and you tell them, look, this isn't how you used to look when we first met. And I'm not as turned on by you as visually as I used to be because you're type. But you also gotta be, cognizant of their feelings. So you have to, package it nicely. Don't be blunt because this is the person you love and you marry them. Are they married?
No.
Okay, right. So yeah, you still gotta package it nicely, but you have to have it's like telling someone their breath stinks. That's a hard conversation to have.
Yeah, it is.
So there's no nice way of doing it. You can offer all the mints and stuff. They're not gonna get it.
No.
Unless you say, look, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you need to have it.
So right. So my thing would be schedule some time. Don't be harsh with your language. Sit down and say, look, you just come on and say, I'm concerned about your weight. And also be like, people who work out and they live longer.
Yeah, because that's the other point as well. And this is something that people never talk about. It's like people are like, oh, I'm fat and beautiful and healthy. I'm like, yeah, you're not fucking healthy. You can't be fat and healthy. You can't.
Well, there's some body types where you can have a bigger person being healthier than someone who's skinny. It can happen.
Yeah,
but in general, being obese or stuff, it's not necessary. Yeah, normally good. But you can have people who are, kind of naturally inclined to be a bit bigger and they can be very, very healthy. Like some of the guys who are the strongest and stuff at the gym are the guys who have no six packs. They're just there's a certain shape of guy.
Yeah.
That's an absolute monster and he's so strong and they have no abs. And they're kind of a bit like a pear shape, but the weight they're moving, you're like, fuck me. Yeah. This guy would kill me.
Yeah, exactly. And they're normally from Bulgaria.
Yeah, or some Eastern European country.
They've got more hair on their back than they have on their head.
Yeah. So you can be, in some instances, be, a bit bigger. But yeah, in general, if you're, super obese, it's not going to be good for your health. Yeah. So you can tell them, I want to live a long time with you. I want to grow old with you. And I have some health concerns about that. And also, visually, it's not what I married kind of thing, or I kind of got into you for.
There we go.
But that's life though. That's life. Having difficult conversations is life. I think the more difficult conversations you have in life, the better your life is going to be. It's like asking for a promotion. That's not going to be an easy chat, is it? But you got to do it.
Absolutely. All right, so there we go. Next one. Dear Francis, my mum's obsessed with holistic healing and refuses to take modern medicine seriously. She's convinced that essential oils will cure her cancer, but I'm terrified she's putting her life at risk. How do I get her to see reason?
I'm with the mum on this one.
You're with the mum.
I'm with the mum. I believe in holistic and I'm not saying essential oils, but going a more natural route. I know people who have cured their cancer from doing different diets and different cleanses and stuff like that. And I also believe in the work that Dr. Sebi was doing.
Doctor who?
Dr. Sebi.
Who's Dr. Sebi?
He's this where's he from? I think he's from a South American. This black guy, who had he's one of the most renowned holistic natural type healers.
Yeah.
And he won a case against the US government saying he had cured HIV or AIDS or whatever. And he won the case. And a lot of people believe that's why he was. Some people think he's been assassinated. Or killed off. But yeah. And Nipsey Hussle was going to do a documentary about him. And some people think that's the reason Nipsey was killed as well. But I'm not sure about some of the other stuff. But I do believe in natural stuff over synthetic and, modern stuff.
Okay.
I would say go natural first and then try because I didn't take the vaccine or anything like that.
You were very vocal about that.
Yes. So I am but me personally, I would go the natural route first. And then if that was still not working, then I would go the other way.
Mm.
So.
Why didn't you take the vaccine?
Because I didn't believe it was safe and effective.
Okay, I thought you were going to go because I didn't believe COVID existed.
No, I didn't believe it was safe and effective, and I'm glad I made that decision.
You're glad you made that decision.
Yeah, I'm happy, 100%, 120% happy with my decision to not take it.
Really,
I feel validated. I've had people message me and tell me thanks for telling me and for speaking out and for not taking it. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
I never took it either.
Yeah.
I never did. I got so much shit from people.
Yeah.
Going, why are you taking yourself? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and I just got.
And do you feel validated?
Yeah, I do. I do. I like,
exactly.
I think if you were old and sick or you had a, pre-existing condition, then you should take it. But I also believe it was everybody's right to decide for themselves what they should and shouldn't.
My body, my choice.
Exactly.
My body, my choice. So, yeah.
So you used to do material about not taking the vaccine, didn't you?
Yeah. One of the only comedians brave enough to do so.
And what happened?
It's only me, Alistair, and Tanya. The only 3 comedians I remember doing anti-COVID vaccine stuff.
Really?
Yeah. I don't remember anyone else brave enough to do that. To step on stage. The first time I tried it, they booed and hissed me.
Did they?
Yeah. And now when I say don't take it, it's so crazy. The reaction, I get whoops and cheers now.
Really?
That's how crazy it shifted. When I first went on stage and I said, I didn't take the vaccine, they went, ooh, and they booed me. The clip is up there. And I said, see this 2 discriminations I got to deal with, being black and anti-vax. Like this is, I said, this is me twice as hard now.
Yeah.
And now I go on stage and say I don't take the vax and people are cheering.
Really?
A lot more people, they don't boo anymore.
Yeah.
So I think most of them know that, look, this whole thing, it was rushed. They lied about it. They said, oh, you take 1 shot, you don't need it anymore. And that is safe and effective. And then all these people had their side effects. You had to take 4 shots. They lied about, they said, oh, it stops transmission. It doesn't, so all of these things. Yeah.
I'm in agreement with you. I said it many times on the show that I didn't take it, but it was obviously up to people to decide and what they felt comfortable with. Yeah. And
I always think you should always have a choice with everything. Anything that's going to go in your body or do something to your body, you should have a choice whether you take it or not.
Exactly. And then we're all about pro-choice here at Silo, Sort Your Life Out. So you think that this person should respect his mum's decision?
I would try other thing than just essential oils. Natural
What are essential oils?
oils that are essential.
Like what, like olive oil?
No,
like
you
what?
get those. I don't know what you're talking about, but essential oils are the oils that I have at home that I put in my diffuser, and it's
What, that
gives
makes
a-
the place smell nice?
yeah.
What, she's relying on that?
I don't know.
Mate,
I don't know.
mate, what, you've just given the big worst bullshit advice.
I don't know what. That's why I said I don't know about essential oils. I don't know what
Jack,
essential
this
oils.
is important. Get what is essential oils, please? We need to look this up. If you,
I don't know what are essential
mate,
oils.
if it's oil of Olay or whatever it is, and that's what she's using to get rid of her cancer, right? Essential oils. We need to find this out. This is important.
Yeah, I don't know.
We need to pay for better what? Well, right.
And there's
Is
no
it not?
data
It's not
connection in
working.
here.
It's not right. I like we will. We.
I think it's those like lavender oils and herbal oils, but I don't know what she doing with them.
Mate, let's see. We've got. This needs to be seen. We need to see this essential oils.
Yeah, those little things.
Yeah. So what? Let's see what they are, Nico.
These tiny little bottles.
Lavender oil, tea tree oil, peppermint oil. She's trying to cure cancer with peppermint oil. No, man, your mum's a fucking idiot.
I don't know how she administering it though. How is she administering this?
How is she going to cure fucking cancer with a bit of lavender oil?
I don't know.
No,
That's what I mean.
All right, listen, mate. Look, you need to sit down and have a conversation. Don't fucking listen to this idiot. Fucking cut him out.
No. I'm not saying. That's why I said I don't agree with the essential oils thing. But I know there's natural things that you can starve, like a tumor and stuff. Diets. There's different diets. There's different cleanses.
Yeah.
There's other stuff.
All right, there may well
and
be.
also depends on what stage she's at. But I do believe there are natural ways that might be better than going the modern medicine route straight away.
Yeah, but
I'm saying try that a little bit. This isn't my advice to them. I'm saying this is what I would do. I would try the natural stuff first, and if there's no improvement, then I would go modern medicine.
Right.
That's me.
Okay, so that's you, and that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But this woman's putting a bit of lavender oil in a diffuser and thinking it's going to cure cancer.
Yeah,
Listen,
I don't
mate,
think that's going to work either.
no, that is not going to work. You need to sit down with your mum and explain that.
And again, have a difficult conversation. That's what life is about, having difficult conversations. You sit down and you said, hey, you're too fat. Hey, that essential oil ain't going to do shit for you.
Yeah.
You know, you got to sit down and tell them the truth.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
And you need to tell her that. Yeah.
And tell her soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Good luck. No, we need number 4. Oh, have we gone to... No. Dear Francis, I'm an atheist, but I've recently started dating someone very religious. They want me to attend church with them regularly, but I feel like I'm betraying my principles. How do we make this work without compromising ourselves? Are you religious, Nico?
I'm a religious person.
What's your religion?
Christianity.
What type of Christian?
I'm a Methodist.
There we go. Is your wife Christian?
I believe so. Christian belief, yes. Or raised in a church. Yeah.
Yeah.
She believes in God. I'm not sure what denomination. But maybe Catholic.
Okay. So what do you do here? This person is an atheist, but he's dating somebody who is very religious, and she wants him, I presume, to go to church.
I think he should go.
You think he should go?
Yeah. I'm not saying go every single time, but go once in a while, man. You might find something in church that, resonates with you. You should go. Pop in every now and again.
You know, I went, two good friends of mine got married, then they're Catholics. And I was raised Catholic, and I've slipped and whatever. And I went back to their wedding, and they had a Catholic mass. It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out of there feeling so at peace.
Yeah, there's a
So
common thing that you can get from sitting in churches or even being in groups of people. So even if you're an atheist, the community and the sense of being a part of a bigger group, or even the singing, the vibrations from the church can have a good effect on you, good impact. Look, my thing is, I believe there's a God, but I'm not going to try and force that or force any of my point of views, except maybe that we didn't go to the moon on you. That's me.
Why do you think we didn't go to the moon?
There's no way. If you look at the technology, for one, in 1969, I ain't getting in that spaceship, mate. In 1969. We can't even get to the bottom of the ocean in 2024 to see the Titanic in a submarine. But you're telling me in 1969, when we had technology, you want to roll up a car window in 1969, you're doing this. And it's rattling. You want to call someone on the phone, you're doing this. And we making fun of the people who went to the Titanic in that submarine because they had a PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
That PlayStation controller in 1969 is the most technologically thing on that spaceship.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
There's no way man left Earth, right? Landed on the moon where there's no runway, no infrastructure for the landing in 1969. The president picks up the phone and calls them. There's no delay, no nothing. Just first straight up phone call, going straight through. If I try to call from here now, I gotta go outside and get signal. And
all right. Our internet isn't the best. Okay, we get the point.
No hitches, no nothing. One great step, everything perfect. And then they took off where there's no infrastructure again. Came back down, landed safely and all of that. Then you watch the press conference of them. Go and watch the press conference of the moon landing when they came back. All of those guys are broken men under stress. You can tell they're passing questions on to each other because the lies are falling apart. There's no way. Think about 1969 technology, mate. The cars were just turning combustion engine cars.
Yeah.
The cameras were like poof cameras. You know what I mean? We didn't even have cameras properly in 1969.
I mean, we did have cameras properly.
Yeah, but they weren't like good cameras, mate.
Yeah.
You watch that landing and then they go, oh, we lost the original footage. The original footage of the moon landing is gone. Do you know that?
Yeah, I can believe that.
It's gone.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me man's greatest achievement, somehow the footage goes missing?
Yeah.
No, what happened? Technology got better and they realized this ain't going to stand up. People will be able to analyze this and see this is bullshit. So they put it down. So now you have remastered footage of the moon landing. Also, there's a video on YouTube, if you can look it up, where this astronaut, Don Petty of NASA, why we don't go back to the moon. He said, we've lost that technology.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
This is a NASA astronaut saying we've lost the technology to go back to the moon. As far as I know, technology improves and gets better, and you can do more amazing things. Another reason, but somehow when it comes to the moon landing, no, it's backwards. We lost it, right? The other thing is, if we could go to the moon, it would be a commercial venture by now.
Well, you reckon we'd go and spend
We'd be going up there, even just to stunt on people, even just to show off. There would be trips up there, people going, oh, I on the moon, because what's the purpose of travel? Is to put it on your Instagram and show off to other people that I done something or been somewhere you've never been. You know how much rich people would pay to go to the moon and take some selfies to just feel like, oh, I've done that. Why do we go to the top of Everest? Why do we go to take pictures? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to be seen that it's going somewhere other people haven't been. And I think if technology gets better, especially transport and stuff, and easier, there would be commercial flights up and back to the moon. Or we would at least have a base up there where people record in different things. Some sort of base. Man wants to colonize everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And if the technology gets better and easier over time, as it should do with everything, I believe, we by now, if you made that trip back in 1969, how many years later, it would be so easy to go up and back.
Yeah.
But somehow it's not. Even if it's just for to show off or to have like a base there and record different things, because the studies you can do on the moon are going to be different than the studies you do here on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can test other things, do other anti-gravity or no gravity experiments. There's so much to be learned from being up there, but yet we don't have a base up there. I don't believe that. And definitely not 1969. I don't believe it. That's me. Also, watch A Strange Thing Happen on the Way to the Moon. It's a documentary on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube.
There you go. So you've heard it here first. We didn't go to the moon.
Also, when they were handing out the moon rocks, the Dutch government tested the moon rocks and turned out they were fake.
Where were they from?
They were petrified wood. Yeah, look it up. Pull it up on your internet, on your phone.
Well, we don't have internet
yet. Well.
Okay.
So what this person should do, I would say, even if you're not into it, it's like one of them things I don't like going to dinner parties.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, I pop in.
Yeah.
Just to...
What do you like at a dinner party?
Just to please your partner. Sometimes you got to do stuff to please your partner. Relationships are about compromise.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go to dinner parties, but if it's a special one for my wife, then I'll pop in and be like, you're lucky to have me here. Because I don't like this stuff. So I would say pop in the church once every 2 months ain't gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And then you might learn. Here's my thing about religion and atheism as well. I believe that when you're in trouble, when you starve yourself, or when you're in the hospital, or you experience a bit of turbulence, in times of panic, people start believing in God real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want something to clutch onto. I also believe when you're super high, you take psychedelics, mushrooms, or whatever. Yeah. Most people experience some sort of connection with a higher power or force. Even that guy, there's a clip of Neil Brennan saying that he used to be the ultimate atheist. He took ayahuasca and now he believes in a higher power. Look at that. Neil Brennan, one of the most devout atheists, said his trip on ayahuasca. Same thing with mushrooms or whatever. You hit these things and you have some sort of connection with it, or you realize it's bigger than just you, and sometimes you see creation or what might have appeared like a creation, but you develop. And I think all of these things, whether it's suffering, sickness, you starve yourself, you get these feelings of, I do believe humans have some connection to a higher power. And I believe the psychedelics, whether it be mushrooms, ayahuasca, lead people on that path. No one has taken a trip. More people have had a trip and come out being a believer than taking a trip and come out being an atheist.
That is true. Happened to me. So there we go.
Yeah. So I would say just pop in and do. We all do something for our partners to, because a relationship, as I said, is about compromise and balancing things out. So there might be stuff about you that she don't like, but she put up with, or you might love football. She don't want to watch you playing football, but every now and again she might pop in. So I would say go to church, tell her, look, this is not really my thing, but I'll go once every 2 months. Have a compromise.
There you go. Next one. This is our last one. Dear Francis, I've always believed in scientific progress, but the rise of AI and its potential to control us terrifies me. I find myself wondering if the conspiracy theorists were right all along. How do I balance my faith in technology with this growing paranoia?
I believe, we were right all along. I'm sorry, man, but I'm a conspiracy theorist, as you could have probably guessed.
Yeah.
You're like moon landing, anti-vax. This guy is just ticking all of the boxes. But yeah, I am a conspiracy theorist, and I think about technology a lot. And I believe the battle is technology versus spirituality, and I believe technology drives you further and further away from spirituality. This breaks down human connection. People think, oh, I'm connected. No, social media and the rise of the phone and technology is one of the worst things that could have happened to humanity.
Where can people follow you online?
Bajan Comedian. Instagram. BAJAN Comedian. I might just change that to the goal. But yeah, you see it everywhere. This has killed relationships, the bond we have with each other, the screens. Back to my point about technology and ADHD meds. I was on holiday and it was sickening to see the modern family at dinner, at breakfast. They were there. I was in these hotels, these 5-star hotels, and they have the
Was this
buffet.
in Dubai?
Dubai, and then I went to Tenerife. And in both places, the family would go out, the adults would have a meal, and they give the kid a screen.
Yeah.
They give the kid a screen to watch, play video games, watch cartoons or whatever. And then they're on their phone as well, eating a meal. So now the whole communal activity of having a meal, something that was sacred and bonding, is now fragmented. The child isn't engaging in conversation, picking up words and what, they're just on screen. What's that going to do for your brain? Of course that kid is going to have ADHD.
Yeah.
Of course. So I think technology, I was thinking about this the other day. Technology there's only 2 fields where technology has actually made things better. That's medicine and engineering.
And sex.
No, I think it has destroyed sex.
You think it's destroyed sex?
I think it's destroyed sex. And people, I talk about the vibrator, and people go, oh, it's misogyny and I'm an insecure man. No, for men as well. Technology for men as well in the bedroom, it's destroyed sex.
You think it's destroyed sex?
Yes. Okay, so you get the vibrator. The vibrator can vibrate and do things that our dicks can't do. Yeah. Right? There's that one with the spinning head and the speed at which it can go, we cannot match. Agreed?
Speak for yourself.
El Pantero Blanco
comes out, dominates and destroys.
Yeah, I forget.
For 3 minutes
you
only.
were the Latin American sensation.
Yeah, not my words.
Yeah. No one's words.
Words of my publicist.
Yeah. Right, so you know what I'm saying? But honestly, we can't go at that speed. We can't go at that intensity with that long, whatever. Yeah. So it's a sensation you're getting. It's a dopamine hit you're getting. Yeah. Would you want a lower dopamine hit next time? No. You want that high, you know what I mean? Again and again. So then your body and mind becomes trained to that. So then obviously going back to a human being, it's going to be a disappointment to a certain extent. The same thing for the man. You have these
fleshlights.
The fleshlights, or there's some other ones, and the tightness that these things can achieve. I think I understand now some have a temperature thing.
You're sounding like an expert here.
This is what I was told. This is what the people on the streets told me. So there's some now you can adjust the temperature.
Wow.
Right? So I can adjust the grip and the temperature. Can I do that with a human vagina? No, I can't. I can adjust the amount of lube or wetness it has. So I have experimented with one of these things.
Have you?
Not the modern super ones. Yeah. But you know, and the fact that you can set the grip on it as well. So when I was using that, and then I went back to regular vagina. Yeah. Sometimes I wouldn't come.
Really?
Yes. There were times where I wouldn't come. And it's because my body and mind got accustomed to this tighter grip.
Man, but like, here's the thing. I could never use a fleshlight, and I'm telling you why. It's because that moment where you come, you just look down at what you're doing. Don't you just get filled with shame?
Even without a flashlight, I don't wank anymore.
You don't wank anymore?
I don't wank anymore.
Don't you?
No. Because, I felt too much shame. And I was like, this doesn't feel right unless there's a woman in my presence.
So what do?
You shouldn't spill seed without a partner around you.
Well, just looking or?
There must be a female present. A consenting female.
There must be, so we're not...
A consenting adult female. You got me? I want nobody clipping up my... a consenting adult human female.
I'm like, is Nico just Louis C.K.ing himself here?
But no, I always feel shame regardless of what is involved in a wank. So I stopped wanking. I don't wank anymore.
You don't wank anymore? Do you miss it?
No. Or if I'm going to wank, I wouldn't spill seed.
What?
I would wank to the point of coming and then stop.
No, there's no man on earth that can do that.
I do that.
That's insane. No,
also,
you
it's
can't.
called semen retention. It's a thing. Chris Williamson talks about it. Shout out to Chris. Big up. Dipset Bird Gang. We born to fly, baby. And no, but seriously, I don't wank anymore. But also back to that thing is that when you have something that you can adjust the tightness or the temperature, and then you go back to a human, something that can't match it, you're going to get that level of disappointment. So I genuinely was finding it for a time harder to come with human vagina rather than using implements or, tools or sex toys or whatever.
And how did you address it that you weren't finishing with the lady in question?
I would just say, sometimes I don't know what's happening. And sometimes this happens. So I agree with technology. So now back to technology. And so what I was saying is that it's not an insecure thing or it's not a misogynist thing. I think all technology for men and women in the bedroom should be banned. Because a human, whether man or woman, cannot match what these things will be able to do. Mm-hmm. And therefore the human connection, the intimacy. Also, there's a tendency, the thing with humans is we become lazy. Mm-hmm. We're creatures of low effort. If we given the chance, like the guy who is on benefit, but as an anarchist, we tend to, it's like scooters. Mm-hmm. You wonder why men's testosterone and sperm counts are dying. You're on a fucking scooter, mate.
Yeah. You can't be a man if you're on a scooter.
Yeah, and you're not walking around. You're supposed to walk. You're supposed to run. You're supposed to climb trees. And we are sat at a desk. We're on a scooter. We're on an escalator. We're not moving our legs. And walking and running are healthy activities. We're living sedentary lifestyles, unnatural sedentary lifestyles. So obviously, that what's going to come with that is fucking problems. Obesity, ADHD, you're not going outside. Sunlight is so good for you.
Yeah.
Look how when we got out the car just now, that felt so good, mate. Down at the train station.
Yeah.
I felt like energized.
Wasn't it because you saw me?
Yeah. But let me go back to this technology thing.
Yeah.
So technology, I say medicine and engineering, yes, technology has improved, especially when it comes to like scans and stuff like that, right? Engineering, bridge building and stuff. But anything else, mate, technology has ruined so many things. The door.
What's wrong with the door?
A latch with a lock is way better than a sensor. The train toilet doors.
Yeah.
Those things open. I walked in on a woman wiping the other day.
Oh.
And it happened to her like 3 other times. She was so ashamed because those button things weren't working.
Yeah.
I would rather have an actual latch lock than having a button.
Yeah.
That might malfunction. And so many people walked in on this woman wiping, and I know that's going to be horrible for her. She's going to live with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, that's happened to me. That has actually happened to me. But when you've died in front of 300 people in a nightclub in Bournemouth, it's not as bad.
I've never felt that.
Like-
Yeah. So doors made worse. Toilets. I went into this toilet the other day. I always, before I get on a long flight,
Yeah.
I would rather have a poo at the airport
Yeah.
than risk having a poo in the plane.
Why?
I would never want to use a plane toilet
Why?
because everyone it's cramped. People, you know what I mean? It's just you don't want to be that dude stinking up the plane and people waiting for you and it's just a plane and you're all cramped and you know what I mean? So I'd rather go hover especially if it's a long flight and airplane food ain't the best.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather to have peace of mind. If I'm gonna go I'd go to the airport bathroom. So I went to this airport bathroom, right? And I'm in there and it's a sensor flush.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to hover and do my
Business.
but every time the thing is flushing and the water is coming up and hitting me. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like trying to hover and squat. And obviously, I guess I'm not completely, but it just kept flushing and flushing. It flushed like 5 times. And then when I finally needed a flush,
It didn't flush.
I'm there like waving in front of it. And I'm like, technology is so shit, mate. It's the worst. Then the other day you're at the cafe and this is why people who say that they don't mind if cash goes are idiots.
Yeah, of course.
We're at the cafe. Once cash goes, your freedom is gone, mate.
Yeah.
Your freedom is gone. Because when the bank do like this and say, I don't like your beliefs, I'm going to shut down your bank account, which they've done.
Yeah.
To, you know what I mean? Kanye, the Canadian truckers.
Did it to Nigel Farage.
Yeah, exactly. They did it to you guys, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, we don't know if but they closed our bank account, but they didn't say the reason.
Yeah. So once they can switch off your bank account and you don't have cash anymore, you're gonna have to play ball.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna have to believe what they want you to believe. So all these idiots that go, "Ooh, who's got cash anymore?" Like, as if that's a good thing. You fucking idiot. Anyhow. Go to the cafe, the technology is down. The whole they can't take payments.
Yeah.
And then half of these idiots, they're like, yeah, well, I've got no cash. Well, you can't fucking get coffee today then, mate. You should always have some cash on you and society should always have cash. So then technology breaks down and you're like, what the fuck?
Exactly. So basically, this man, he shouldn't have faith in technology and he's right to be paranoid.
Another one, the taxi people or
Uber.
These Google Maps and these, what do they call them? Sat-nav.
Yeah.
Sat-nav. Okay. Yeah, it can be good for you. But again, humans, we over-rely on things.
That is true.
You know? So like they did this study and before the taxi drivers had sat-nav and stuff, they had to do the test and they had to remember all the streets by memory.
Yeah. It's called knowledge. Black cab drivers do it.
Yeah. So even in New York and all, and they did a study on the taxi drivers now versus back then. And the hippocampuses of the people who had to remember the routes back then were 25 to 40% larger than the ones who were just relying on sat-nav. So when you don't use your brain, it shrinks.
Yeah.
It's just like a muscle, like anything else. So these are skills that we are losing because we're outsourcing it to technology. Now, brushing your teeth as well. We all got the...
I don't. I've just got the electric one, but I've lost the charger, so I just do that manually.
Yeah, right. But I didn't want to get my kids those toothbrushes because brushing your teeth, that stimulates your brain. It's a hand movement thing, right? No, they said there's a study as well. If you use your non-dominant hand to brush your teeth, it stimulates your brain. It's like, keeping your brain fit as well because using your left hand now, you other neurons and shit firing off. So this is why you should be doing manual stuff, and this is why technology is going to...
And on that note, Nico, it's been a great episode. Where can people find you? You've already plugged it once. Have you got some shows? Have you got a podcast?
Yeah. So the main place I operate is Bajan Comedian on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's BAJAN Comedian on Instagram. I am bringing back my podcast. It was called Skylarkin. That's going to come back next week. And you can find me Sunday to Wednesday at the Top Secret Comedy Club in Drury Lane.
Boom. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Make sure to email us, francisfosterpodcast@triggerpod.co.uk with your problems, and we will sort them out. And just don't rely on essential oils. It's fucking nonsense. See you soon.